Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the ButtKicker 145, brought to you by LNS Customs. This is going to be the round of two here tonight in the final 12. As we see, we've got a couple of drivers out on track. Christopher Blanchard just took the pole as we're riding on board here with that 38 of David Brackett. Going to see where he sets himself up right now into that fourth position. Is that 38 of David Brackett? Taylor Peacock, one of those drivers that we're going to be looking forward to here tonight in that round of 12. That 81 of Taylor Peacock does not have the banner on the front of the car, but he is in that chase. Okay. Well, I'm getting word that Josh does have that, so I'm going to just reset my trading paint. Right now, we're seeing some drivers get out on the track. Ed Osborne right now setting a lap, as it looks like he's going to set himself up into that sixth spot. Bobby Hall Jr. also going to promote himself up into that fifth spot. I want to say Ron Morris Jr. said he was not going to be able to make it tonight, so I want to say Ron Morris Jr. is going to go ahead and bow out of the championships due to work. As riding on board here with Josh Clemons. Josh, commentator Josh is currently getting his microphone and everything set up. We had a couple of technical difficulties, but Josh is getting his stuff set up right now. Akamai Proctor out on the track right now in that Mobetta Motorsports number 9. Currently riding with that High Side Hustlers on the back of that truck. Was one of those drivers that joined up in the High Side Hustler team not too long ago. So Travis Twitty got him a really good driver in that number 9. He was running in the top 5 in the practice as far as speed goes. So it does look like he might have not had a good qualifying run from that number 9. So it looks like he is actually going a little slow around right now, but looks like Daniel Worthington's done set his final lap. CJ Mason right now set himself up into that 15th spot. One of those playoff contenders is that 55. So CJ Mason in that really good looking 55 as usual.
John Kinder in the 82. Is he racing tonight?
I want to say John Kinder might be racing tonight, or he might be in doing spotter and might have signed up for the race accidentally.
I'm just telling you, Chris, if we see that 82 machine get out on the track, I'm going crazy.
And CJ Mason right now set himself up into that 6th spot. So a big jump there from CJ Mason. Scott Madden in that 22 now set himself into that 12th position. I was about to say 22nd position, but that 12th position, I was looking at the number on his truck. But we'll go through those points here in just 1 second, as we've got a lot of your drivers actually already out and qualified. As we'll go ahead and get it pulled up here, so that way we can see where your drivers are sitting in the points. Joey Doucette, currently your points leader with 3 wins. We saw him walk away with that win last week. Scott Madden moved himself up into that 2nd position. Good lap there, 30.68 from that 22 of Scott Madden. But we saw Joey Doucette last week, Josh, at Bristol, really working the fuel strategy. He, didn't come down pit lane. I think he came down pit lane lap 68, and then that was the last, something like that. And that was the last time he came down pit lane. And was able to win that, win his 3rd race on pit strategy. But Jason Bridges, the High Side Hustlers, number 34, going to be in that 2nd position with 3 wins as well. Doug Neal in 3rd with Alex Healey 4th.
And
Taylor.
Sorry, Chris, I don't mean to cut you off while you're reading the points, but look how competitive our timing is right now. All the way down from 1st to 18th is only separated by not even barely 0.2 of a second.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is going to be a good night tonight at Las Vegas. Continue your points counting, because after that, the fans are going to want to get their eyes off the screen. This is going to be a darn good shootout tonight here at Las Vegas.
Yeah, so Alex Healey going to be your 4th in points. Taylor Peacock 5th. Daniel Worthington in 6th. Robert Richards is tied for that 7th position with Ron Morris Jr., which is sadly not here tonight. So that's going to be unfortunate for that Ron Morris Jr. machine. He's not going to be able to advance into that round of 8. But CJ Mason right now is currently sitting in that 7th spot in that 9th position in points. Bobby Hall Jr. in 10th. And then sitting in that 11th and 12th spot is Mikel Robinson and Joshua Clemons. So Bobby Hall Jr., Mikel Robinson, Joshua Clemons, and CJ Mason all really sitting on a bubble right now. So they're going to have to do really good here tonight, to promote themselves into that round of 8 next week.
Yeah, you're going to have to see a lot of drivers work hard here tonight, getting rid of another 4. So it's going to be going into the round of 8. We're getting close, Chris, to crowning a champion in the first season of the Bluegrass. Or not, say this is technically the 2022 season.
Yeah, this is the second truck season.
Second truck season, but trying to say, I guess our first champion of the new year in Bluegrass. We're getting closer to it, and looks like we're getting closer to race time. Maybe a minute and 20, a minute and 10 now left to go. So we're gonna be having a good race here in a minute, man. I can't keep my eyes off all these qualifying times. I'm looking at the separations here, and I'm just expecting to see some drivers find some speed in race trim. This is going to be a good race here at Las Vegas. Very multi-groove track. You'll see drivers experimenting for some speed up towards that high lane, that bottom lane. All in all, it's going to be just a fun all-around night. I can't not wait to see how these drivers are going to take to Vegas. This is going to be all in, Chris.
Yeah, I'm also going to point out, Josh, the track temperature on, the temperature of the track, 69 degrees. But it is 69 degrees, so as it gets later on, it's going to get a little cooler. So you're going to see the tires wearing a little less, and you're going to be able to see, like you said, a lot of that multi-groove racing come alive here at Las Vegas. That's going to be something very interesting to watch. 68 degrees out there in the beautiful virtual Las Vegas, Nevada, 20 degrees, or 20% humidity. It is clear outside with a 14-mile-an-hour wind, so it's cool outside with the breeze. The fans out there in the crowd, they're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be a really cool night.
Yeah, talking about cool, you're going to see a lot of cool-looking race cars take to the track here in just a second. We've got our qualifying grid set here tonight, and it looks like we've got 23 trucks ready to take to the field here in just a moment. As you'll see, everybody just starting to pop in here for a moment, and then we'll get through your qualifying grid here in just 1 second here at Las Vegas. We'll let you know who's starting where, as you see everybody starting to pop in now. Chris, there's one name in that live time, and I'm waiting to go white. It hasn't lit up yet. All right, and it looks like we've got the majority of your field gridded up here, as we will go ahead and start getting ready to go through your qualifying grid here tonight for Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It's going to be that Blanchard's machine, Christopher Blanchard, sitting himself on pole position here tonight. He has just picked up a realm of speed here, Chris, in the postseason. And Blanchard, that 19 machine, pole position. We're going to get back to Scott Madden here, who's going to start in that second spot with West Wiggin. He is going to start here in third. Anthony Stevens, he's going to start in that fourth position with David Brackett in fifth here. Then we're going to see Bobby Hall Jr. in that sixth machine with CJ Mason, the 55, going to be starting in that seventh position. Ed Osborne going to be starting in P8 here tonight. And we're going to see Alex Healey, that Holley-equipped number 97 machine, starting in ninth. Josh Clemons is going to start the field here tonight in 10th. Doug Neal, that 77 Simbox machine, he is going to start P11 here tonight, rolling back up into his grid spot. That 81, which I'm still seeing a playoff banner, Chris, after resetting trading paints. He is going to start P10. Then we're going to get back here to, or no, excuse me, he's going to, why did I say P10? What position does he start? Goodness gracious. They're all over the place. 12th. Cody Verrill going to start 13th here with Joey Doucette in that 14th position. 15th going to go to Robert Richards with that 16th position. Going to Daniel Worthington. 17th, you're going to see Jason Bridges in that 34 machine roll back up into his grid spot. 18th going to go to Logan T. Smith. 19th going to go to Akamai Proctor. 29th going to his teammate Travis Twitty. And then filling out your field here tonight, that 95 of Josh Lockwood. Looks like Kinder and Mikel Robinson both did not grid up. Like you were saying, Kinder probably just spotting or doing some race control and accidentally hit the grid button. Or just joining up to watch, you know. Who knows? It's Kinder. Mysterious man. Green flag. Here we go. Nope, now green flag. I thought they were going for a second. It's just where they hopped up in front of a pace car. We are racing, baby. Let's see Christopher Blanchard get out to a good start here. It looks like that inside lane with Wes Wiggin telling behind him. He's going to try to roll it in behind. You're going to see that 22 with Scott Madden. He's going to obviously be forced to that outside lane, but it looks like he could go to the inside. So it looks like the 19 going to wash up. Here comes Wes Wiggin. It looks like early that inside lane might get a little bit of success here as the 19 going to roll to the outside and take that momentum from the 22 with Scott Madden. But no! We've already got a bracket.
Whoa, CJ Mason involved. To see Alex Healey taking a big bump up there.
Was that Cody Verrill involved?
Whoa, the 99 of Josh Clemons get to the wall. Oh, he just got stuck into that spot.
I hear CJ Mason already saying, you've got to be kidding me. Scott Madden, your outside pole sitter, he's blown up. Looks like Twitty's going to roll through. The Non's going to get through. So these guys started in the back. Not going to have, as much problems as we thought they were. But we saw a lot of cars get around there, Chris, I will say.
Yeah, let's see what happened here. We'll have to rewind it just a little bit. Looks like the 22 might have gotten a little loose. We'll have to go see what happened.
Oh, yeah,
he
got massively loose. I'll tell you what happened. He stepped out of the gas climbing the hill right there in turn 3, and when he comes back down the hill, it's just rear end's not wanting to take it. The car wasn't settled. He was already too high up the groove. He would have had to lift out of the throttle just a tad, and that would have cycled that outside lane up to his back bumper. Either way, he just got himself a little bit out of the gas, or got himself a little bit into the gas too early, got himself out of the groove, and I think that's going to get that race truck around. We know how sensitive to spins these race trucks can be on these tight ovals, especially Las Vegas, man. It is very tight in these turns. Flat back stretch, and then you just dump it off into turn 3 and 4. That car is going to get around, especially too wide, or should I say truck. But, Scott just said, was not expecting to get loose there, guys. Sorry. And it's going to collect a couple good race trucks. 99 of Alex Healey, I want to say, or 99 of Josh Clemons, 97 of Alex Healey. At Scott Madden blown up. Ed Osborne looks like he's blown up. And then Joey Doucette as well. Coming down pit road, looks like he might have just been coming to top off. Looks like Joey playing that fuel strategy game here early. He said, all right, if these boys want to go wreck, I'm setting myself up for another win later in the race.
Yes, it looks like we've got a lot of hurt race trucks.
Those trucks are going to the hauler for sure.
Ed Osborne,
especially that Ed Osborne machine and that excuse me, now I can't think of his name, Scott Madden. But those trucks, big blown up.
Yeah, Scott Madden's truck sitting there smoking. Man, that's just unfortunate. As you heard him, Josh say, Scott Madden did apologize. Wasn't expecting it to get loose from under him. But we'll see if we can go back, watch it here from Alex Healey's point of view. As you see, just nowhere to go. Everybody getting checked up behind him. It looked like Josh Clemons, it actually made it through, but, the 42 Ed Osborne came back down the track and caught him. Oh, no. And then he hit that spot in the wall. Looks like Alex Healey, though, is going to take a couple of seconds of repair. Get back out there on that racetrack. We know Alex Healey had moved his way up through the points. He's currently sitting in that 4th spot. He was in the cutoff zone last week. He was sitting in that, I want to say, in that last spot last week. He moved himself all the way up into 4th with a good finish last week. So Alex Healey, he's got a little bit of cushion to lean on, but I know he's not wanting to lean on that cushion this early. As you heard, CJ Mason getting a little upset, man. It's unfortunate there for that 55 of CJ Mason. Always seems to be getting caught up in the mess.
What Kinder's name? It says his name was Green, like he was in pit road,
Mm-hmm.
So I was just making sure my eyes weren't deceiving me. But it looks like we are too wide here, about to go back racing. As it's now going to be Wes Wiggin, Christopher Blanchard flipping rolls here. Wiggin was in the inside lane, 3rd position to start this race. He's now going to go to that inside lane and be the leader of this race after the lap 1 mayhem, lap 2 mayhem, whichever lap it was. Pace car off. And here we go, hitting the restart zone now. Green. Wiggin going to fire off good. That 95 of Bobby Hall Jr., or 94, excuse me. He's also going to fire off as well. Looks like the inside lane pretty dominant on these restarts here tonight. You see some trucks already shuffling around. That's the 81 of Taylor Peacock moving in behind that 58 of Anthony Stevens from behind that 38.
A little bit of rear end damage on the back end of that 58 Anthony Stevens. We know Anthony Stevens these last few races has just not had the best of luck when it comes to a couple of the first lap incidents we saw at Darlington. I want to say he was involved in that first lap incident and just got caught up in the mess. But right now, big slide job there from the 81 and Taylor Peacock up in front of that 58. That little bit of rear end damage is going to be slowing that 58 up. But I know he's just glad to be out there being able to race. Look at that, Doug Neal. Looks like he's starting to move up through the field too. On the inside of him is that 48 of Robert Richards. Oh, Robert Richards is going to go ahead and tuck back in behind. See, Robert Richards got that playoff banner on that 48 machine. I want to say last week he did not, but whoa, up in front. Blanchard going to wash up to the outside. Looks like he was going to try to make a move on the outside of that 94, Bobby Hall, but did not. Oh, you seeing a lot of movement going on up here.
Yeah. Taylor Peacock's been the fastest guy on the racetrack the past 2 laps, and now he is starting to move his way again. Blanchard is to that outside lane, and look at Peacock. Oh, looks like Bobby Hall Jr. just jumped out of the gas or got into the wall, something. Might have scraped the wall or might have jumped out of the gas, trying not to scrape the wall, not sure. We're going to go on to his hood view, look out the back of that race truck. Now we're going to look out the front of that race truck to the left. Take it back now, y'all. I mean, goodness gracious, taking me everywhere with these cameras is Bobby Hall Jr. It's going to go to that outside lane, but that's going to open that door for the 81. Taylor Peacock will say, hey, buddy, I'll take that all day, as he is going to go to the inside of that Flex Motorsport. Shout out to Earl's shop. That just sounds like a cool shop. Whoever Earl is, shout out you, Earl. But
Taylor Peacock going to make a pass on the inside of Bobby Hall Jr. See if Bobby Hall can do anything back. Whoa, big cutoff there from the 81. Something I was going to, say, Josh, below that white line, you can make a pass. You can go below that white line. It is legal, but something to watch out for is you do not have to let the driver back up on the top of that lane.
I mean, it's like a gentleman's agreement to let the driver back up, but at the same time, it's also like if you do it, you gotta pay the consequences for doing it, if it happens to you.
Yeah,
sometimes people will, usually the guy's gonna let you back up there, but if you go under there aggressively, just crazily jump below the guy, like trying to bang doors with him against the white line, 90% of the time he ain't gonna let you back up, and you can see some wrecks. So, Chris, like you were saying, you can get caught down there. It's like a gentleman's agreement, usually to kind of let the driver back up so the big one doesn't happen or y'all don't get involved in something. But if you ain't got the time, you ain't got the space, guess what, baby? That's your race, and you're gonna have to deal with that apron down there and getting back up here. And we'll see it. I'm sure happen at least once tonight. It'll get pointed out. I'm just sure it might happen. Well, and we already got door banging. 81 said, "Excuse me." Oh, 94 going to do the same thing to the 81, though. Looks like Wiggin and that 81 going to get away with no damage, though. Probably just a little bit of a zero toms. Nothing over the radios, so looks like they're all good with it. Just some good, hard racing right there down the front stretch. 81 going to clear himself big time over the 84.
Cut off.
Or the 94. I always call Bobby Hall Jr. the wrong number. What is my problem? As Bobby Hall going to come out of turn 2. He's trying to get the lead of this race. Now he's getting attacked to the outside. Wes Wiggin, the 88, going to move to the outside lane. You're going to see that 94 shortcut the track. He's to the inside here. Bobby Hall Jr. trying to make this pass for the lead as the 88 of Wiggin going to try to follow behind him. We could see 3 wide here off of turn 2 if the run's set up right. It looks like we might. Nope. Looks like it is going to be 2 wide as you're looking at that back bumper, that 81 of Taylor Peacock from that onboard of Wes Wiggin. We were talking about that pace difference here at qualifying, Chris. It's coming to show. You can throw a blanket over these boys. This is going to be a good old slobber knocker.
Yeah, it's unfortunate what happened to the boys that are fighting for those points, like Alex Healey right now. Currently, I see he is up in front of that 81. So Alex Healey, just with that more damage, not able to keep up the pace. Oh, a lot of damage on that right side. Unfortunate.
Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa! Big bump!
Oh,
81 going around.
The 81.
No, they're going to save it. Oh, my goodness. That was lap traffic that did not. Whoa! The 58 of Anthony Stevens. Whoa, this is crazy.
Taylor Peacock's on rails right now. Oh, my goodness. I say on rails, meant more like ice skates. He was everywhere, baby. Whoa, my goodness.
Yes,
That was insane, man. I haven't seen a lap car pick like that in Bluegrass in a while, Chris.
No, that was not the...
That went back a little bit farther than we wanted it to.
Yeah, that was not the right one. To apologize. I'll see if I can find that pick.
That was crazy. Oh my goodness. I thought for sure they were going to wreck. The 19 of Blanchard kind of took the crap end of it there too. See, he gets this big outside run here off of 2. And Blanchard might have been making a run for the lead here into 3 and 4, but You see they get in that bump and watch the 19 has to get out the gas. So I think that might have killed Blanchard a little bit. He's rolled his way back to 6, and look at that, man. The 81 was still wrecking. He was still wrecking right there. Gathered it back up, hands-on driving, and they're rolling here again. We're not going to go back to caution. We're going to stay green here, as Bobby Hall Jr. will now be your leader. Wes Wiggin going to fall off about 3/10. And look at that, Chris, on the hunt, the 77 Simbox. You knew exactly who I was talking about. Doug Neal, you went straight to him. We know that Doug Neal is one of those drivers. Every race, he's got Nate Maurer in there telling him, telling him to stay calm or take this run, take that run. And it looks like right now, those 8 positions, whatever that 77's doing, he is doing it right. He's working his way up here. He's got himself into the podium spots here at lap 16. You know that 77's looking for a win tonight, and I can already hear the excitement coming out of Doug Neal's voice if he was to pick up and get into victory lane here.
Yeah, Doug Neal definitely on a hunt right now, currently sitting in that 3rd spot in the points. He was your points leader for pretty much the entire season. And then here at the end of it, you've had Joey Doucette and Jason Bridges really showing that they know how to get it done, later on. I mean, you've got 3 wins from Joey Doucette, Jason Bridges 3 wins, Doug Neal 2 wins, Alex Healey a win, Taylor Peacock a win, Daniel Worthington a win, Ron Morris Jr. a win. A lot of winners in the truck series. When you go to the Xfinity series, you got Jason that's won a lot, most of the races. Then you go over to the Cup side where Zach Nichols won his 10th race, at Bristol. So it's one of those things where, a couple of the drivers in the other series have been the ones that have won the race, but the truck series has really come alive and had a lot of multi-time winners.
Yeah, it's this Pat Nat. Oh my goodness. I don't know how to say that word now.
Pack Knit.
Thank you. I was like, am I saying that right now? When you say a word so much, you don't even think it sounds like a real word anymore. That was what it was. It was one of those things. This Packnet Racing, man, they're so tight. I love the, that's what this truck, I should say, is built for, was for that close racing, and that's what it's here for. That 81 coming in, and it's who else did I hear? I like somebody. 16. I thought I heard 15. I knew we had a 16. Oh, Twitty in the wall.
Looks like Twitty in the 113. We'll have to go back and see what happened. Looks like there was a little bit of net code there, yeah. But we're going to go back and see if Travis might have got a little loose when he was coming off of the bottom of the corner. Looks like he might have just kind of started going up a little bit.
I think that was just racing incident from both of them. They both were just there. And it doesn't help that we got net code involved in it. I don't think Daniel was trying to get down there on his quarter panel that tight. And like you said, you see the 29 drive up just a little bit.
Oh yeah, realistically, look at that. Yeah, net
realistically, they shouldn't have made contact. You see the 113's not going down anymore. It realistically looks like he pulls up right there. You can see the 113's turning to the right. He was trying to, make that situation not happen.
I mean, if you can see how much
IRacing comes down and says, "Bam, net code."
I mean,
Travis Twitty, your triple monitor setup.
You can
have all the fun you want, but we're going to give it some net code.
You can definitely see the space in between those two trucks.
What kills me is you can literally see the 113 turning right there. Look at his front right splitter. It's lifted off the ground from where he's turned right, and the whole right front or the front right end. You know what I'm trying to say is up off the ground. It's just, it always leaves a sour taste in your mouth when net code happens like that, man. Because it's like, yes, there was a possibility that one of the drivers could have kept going up or coming down, but it looked like both of them were in the right there to avoid the situation, and it just has an outcome like that because of net code. But like we always say, it's online, man. You can't help it. There's always going to be those problems.
As I see over in the YouTube, in the Facebook chat, Scott Fritz saying, "Oh, that wasn't good to that wreck earlier," and then it says, "Dang, these boys are racing like it's the last lap." Yeah, they kind of were racing like it was the last lap, Scott. And then He also said Netco got my boy Twitty. It's always something with Twitty. And it's gonna be a gut wrencher there for that 113 of Daniel Worthington. He's sitting currently sixth in points right now, so he's gonna have to get out and try to turn as many laps as he can, and get as much damage as he can fixed to try not to lose as much points as he can. And I see Ron Morris over in the YouTube chat saying, "Wish I was here tonight." Ron, we wish you were here tonight as well, man. It stinks that you're not here and you had to work. All right, and as we're under caution, we're going to go ahead and throw it to an LNS Custom side-by-side. We'll be right back, but you won't miss any of the action.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
And we welcome you back from that LNS Custom side-by-side. Green flag is out. Bobby Hall Jr. getting off to a really good jump there. Wes Wiggin going to fall in behind him. You see him trying to cut the nose off of the 48 of Robert Richards. But look at that. As Josh was saying, Doug Neal, he is on the hunt right now. Cody Barrel is moving his way up through the field as well right now. But Robert Richards up 12 positions right now. So Robert Richards doing a good job moving his way up through the field. Looks like Christopher Blanchard is going to be back there moving his way up, or actually moving back in the field a little bit. Alex Healey, though, really liking these cautions, though, with all that damage he's got going on in that truck. Definitely wanting to try to get out here and make up as much time as he can. Daniel Worthington still, it looks like he is still on the lead lap as well. So that 113 also going to be out just trying to keep up as much track time and points, trying to make as many points as he can. Got a lot of drivers fighting for that position right now. It looks like Akamai Proctor going all the way to the top of the track. Looks like he's going to fall back just a couple of positions, but everybody just kind of falling in single file right now. Christopher Blanchard on that outside lane of Cody Barrel. It looks like that 48, or excuse me, that 19 going to try to work that top lane. Excuse me, I was looking at the wrong number. But it looks like that 19 machine on that top lane going to go ahead and get past that 11 of Cody Barrel on that outside lane. You see Cody Barrel go up and try to shut off that momentum from that 58, but the 11 just having to get out of the gas, widen all the way to the top of the track. But the 19 on that outside lane, man, he has got a head of steam on that outside. Looks like he's going to go ahead and get around that 77 as Doug Neal. Look at that, the 58 of Anthony Stevens working his way on the inside as well.
Yeah, the 58 trying to work his way back up since he's fallen back a little bit there in the initial start of the race. He had to contact the back bumper during that first wreck as well, so he's had like a little bit of damage on the rear of that race truck, probably making it a little bit ill handling. As you see out in front of him, the 2x2 Racing, Robert Richards going to file back in line behind that AAA 19 of Christopher Blanchard.
Blanchard on a really big move right now.
Yeah, to the outside lane, and he's finding speed. He took tires compared to everybody else here at this caution.
Oh, okay, so yeah, that would be where the 19 would have the faster momentum. The stage break won't be until lap 38. So we've got another 10 or 9 laps till we go till that stage break. So we'll see who can walk away with that Blanchard's towing. If Christopher Blanchard can walk away with his own stage win. So right now, he is on it. He's got a head of steam, already taking over the lead from Bobby Hall Jr. So we'll see if Bobby Hall can fight back or if he looks like he's just going to fall back in. But right now, Christopher Blanchard on a really big head of steam. You know, something that we always like to point out, though, these drivers, even though they're not fighting for that championship, you know, Christopher Blanchard does not have that banner on the front of his truck. But you can still win money here in these races. So, you know, it's one of those things where even if you're not a playoff driver, you still want to get in here and keep racing, because even if you finish, in a decent position, you can get some money here. So it's one of those things, if you get a hard charger award, you get your next week's race paid for. You get the clean driver award. I want to say you also get your next week's race paid for. It's one of those things that, racing in the Bluegrass Series can really pay off, even if you're not a playoff driver. Whoa, the 58 getting a little loose up there on that top lane. Looks like he's going to keep it rolling. Doug Neal might have to get out of that gas just a little bit on that inside lane. Looks like he's starting to fall back just a little bit. Anthony Stevens now working the outside of that 88 of Wes Wiggin. Move himself up into that 4th position. Man, the 58 of Anthony Stevens is out here tonight, showing that he is wanting to get it done.
Looks like he took tires as well, Chris, I want to say.
Anthony Stevens is a part of that high side hustler crew. So I know, with Travis Twitty now, currently, I want to say he has taken it to the hauler. He has. Travis Twitty, his teammates are still out there trying to get those team points rolling. So Travis Twitty is starting to get some momentum rolling here with these high side hustlers. He's got him a couple of good drivers out there on the track right now. As you see, Anthony Stevens currently sitting in that 4th spot. Logan T. Smith going to be in that 8th position. And then Jason Bridges right behind him. Then Akamai Proctor going to be right behind Jason Bridges. So right now in the top 15, there are 4 of those high side hustler drivers. So high side hustlers really showing out tonight. But the Team Misfit is really coming out to cause some chaos. Oh, there's Alex Healey about to go a lap down. Unfortunate for that 97, man.
Yeah, unfortunate for all of our drivers that have been caught up in the accident here tonight, but that is part of the racing here at Las Vegas. You're going to see everybody starting to roll it back through here. Taylor Peacock in the position he's in because he pitted. I want to say Joey Doucette's trapped the lap down because when he came out of pit road, it made him go to the back of the line and let everybody by right there because he pitted right as the caution was coming out. So they get trapped in somehow with iRacing doing something goofy.
Yeah, they've been tending to do that here lately. iRacing has just been, whoa, the 94 going below that white line. That could be trouble. Looks like he had to get out of the gas just a little bit. Robert Richards all over that back bumper. Let's see if he makes a move to the inside. Does not look like he's going to make a move. That 94 going to have to block that bottom lane. He knows that bottom lane has a lot of momentum, but look at that, the 58 with those fresher tires. He's going to start rolling up behind him. Christopher Blanchard, though, now got it out to about a 2-second gap. So right now, those fresher...
Stevens to the inside, sorry.
Yeah, no, I was going to say Anthony Stevens, though, on those fresher tires on the inside there of the 48 of Robert Richards. But Robert Richards is making that truck just a little wider, not letting that 58 get a lot of momentum on that inside lane. Also, that 94 might be slowing him up just a little bit. He might clear him here going out of turn 4. Does look like he has the momentum. Right now, the 58's clear. He is clear. He's going to take that third position away. Let's see if the 58 can move up here and make a move on that 94. Here it goes. This could be the pass. Whoa! 94 having to pick his poison. Having to choose who he wants to block. The 58, Anthony Stevens, going to go ahead and promote himself into that second spot. Good drive there from that 58 and that high side hustler, man. 58, good drive there with those fresher tires. But like we were saying, Christopher Blanchard now out in the lead, about a 2.5 second lead. So this next time by should be the end of the stage break. So we'll see if Christopher Blanchard can hang on to that. Whoa, the 48, it looks like he was leaning all over the 94 there for just 1 second.
Yeah, as it looks like right now, Blanchard's still comfortably 2/6 out in the lead. As Tony Stevens now has himself up into second place on those fresh tires. Those two guys right there took tires. And you're seeing the benefits show, but it looks like that is your stage break. Forgot the stage break was on an awkward lap number tonight. That confused me. Sorry, that completely caught me off guard.
So Christopher Blanchard going to walk away with the Blanchard's towing stage win.
It's like when Kyle Busch won the Bushy McBush race last year.
Looks like Joey Doucette might get the lucky dog. He was able to get around Alex Healey. But we'll get a word with that 19 as soon as he gets down pit lane and gets his fuel and whether he takes tires or not. And once he gets back caught to the pace car, we'll have a word with him. This is going to be something we have to watch out for, Josh. You know, with only 4 sets of tires, we've already seen Blanchard and Stevens take a set of tires. So now they're going to be 1 down. So you're wondering if this is going to play out, like if Blanchard and Stevens aren't going to take a set of tires, or if they're just going to gamble it, take another set of tires, and hope that they have another caution. Or excuse me, not have another caution. They have a green flag stint to where that evens it out.
Yeah, we're going to see all of our drivers get down pit road here in just a minute. This is where a real race is going to begin. We've got drivers that have taken 4 tires. It's going to be interesting to see now how that sets some of these guys up if we were to have some cautions to the end. But I don't want to, speak too much into that. I know some of those drivers might hear me say that on the broadcast, come back to fight me if it was to happen. So, we'll see Blanchard and all these guys get into their stalls here, and we're going to see how it's going to file out. We know we've got some drivers here that are very good at executing on pit road. Be interesting to see. 19 is your pole sitter. He will get that first pit stall.
Yeah, it looks like Blanchard going to take right sides. Let's see if he takes lefts. He does. So Blanchard going to go ahead and take a full set of fuel and tires. Looks like he's going to win that race off of pit road.
Doug Neal got out second, I think.
Yeah, Doug Neal was going to win the race out between him and Wes Wiggins. So Wes Wiggins going to fall back to that 3rd position. Cody Merrill going to come out in 5th. Bobby Hall in 4th. Robert Richards in 6th. Logan Smith in 7th. Jason Bridges in 8th. Akamai Proctor moved his way up into 9th. And then Josh Lockwood going to round out that top 10.
All right, and we're going to go ahead and bring up the Misfit Motorsports number 19 of Christopher Blanchard. Have a word with our Blanchard's Towing stage winner. Christopher Blanchard, Chris and Josh up here in the booth. Buddy, do you have a copy?
I do, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, we just saw you take the Blanchard's Towing stage win, and man, I got to say, the 4 tires right there at the caution to get yourself set back up here to the stage win. A great call. How you guys feeling now going into the rest of the race? Pole sitter, you've looked strong here all night, Chris, and you trying to pick up the win tonight here in Las Vegas and go all in?
I'm going to try my best. I mean, we're lacking a little bit of tires, but because I took one at the first caution to win the stage, but we're going to see what we can do.
Yeah, we know how it can manage for you guys, man. It was an exciting race so far. All you drivers are looking very solid out there, mixing it up with each other. And, hey, got to say again, man, congratulations on the stage win here tonight. And hopefully we'll be seeing you carry that success on here for the rest of the race and let you get back down to your Misfit Motorsport team And once again, buddy, congratulations and good luck in the rest of the race.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And that was Christopher Blanchard, your Blanchard Stowe stage winner. You hear him right there. A little bit short on tires now, like I was saying, Chris. We're going to be a set short in that 19 camp, but anything can happen here. We're excited to see how these boys are going to get to racing here. But while we've got them stacked back up and everything, it's not lights out yet. I'm so used to them coming back to green when we get done doing the interview right there that kind of just messed me up. I was about to start shouting out for a loud pedal, but we aren't even ready for it yet.
Yeah, something that we're going to be looking out here, Josh, is like we were saying, Blanchard saying that he had a not a set. Whoa, it looks like Joey Doucette coming back down pit lane. Wonder if he had a speeding penalty. You know he did get around. I know he did get around and take that lucky dog, but wonder if he was able, or if he did get a speeding penalty coming down pit lane. We'll have to see what that 16 is doing here. It looks like it was just a stop and go. So Joey Doucette on his way back out. It does look like the pace lights are out. We will get you to an LNS Customs loud pedal as soon as we get these boys to the green flag. But right now, like we were saying, watch for this top lane. Now that Doug Neal has got his way moved up. Oh my goodness, my tongue is so twisted tonight. Now that Doug Neal has moved his way up to the front, watch that 77. We're going to see a really good run here from that 77 to Doug Neal. We're going to see if Christopher Blanchard, now that those equal tires have, or now that they have equal tires on those trucks, we'll see if he can hang on to that lead. But right now, Logan Smith, Jason Bridges, Akamai Proctor, all in those high side hustlers, man. They're all sitting there together. So we could see some really good working together here before too long. But as these boys are getting ready to pull it around, we're going to go ahead and get you to an LNS Customs loud pedal. So get those volumes turned up, get the full screens on. So we're going to an LNS Customs loud pedal, and we'll be right back with you. And we welcome you back from that LNS Customs loud pedal. As we've seen a lot of drivers really shuffling around up here. We see it looks like Jason Bridges and co still sitting in that 8th, 9th, and 10th spot. It looks like Jason Bridges right now working on his teammate of Logan Smith on the inside of him. We'll see if Jason Bridges has kind of just been biding his time back here in the back. We know that 34 is really fast. I want to say Janet Bridges is over on the Facebook chat. Good to have you over there, Mama Bridges, on the Facebook chat. Hope you are doing well, as we hope everybody out there on that Facebook and YouTube chat is well here with us tonight. I'm just counting down the days till I get this gallbladder cut out. 10 more days, and then I can actually have a little bit of peace and comfort, but you know, you wouldn't know it. But man, this is I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. But right now, we are still having a lot of fun as Doug Neal working the inside of that 19 of Christopher Blanchard. Also that 11 of Cody Verrill working his way up into the picture. Man, a lot of these drivers that we normally don't get to talk about, a lot of the drivers that get involved in the mess, you know, the drivers that we're seeing move up to the front right now, that Team 207 of Cody Verrill moving his way up into the 5th spot, up 8 positions. So good to see Cody Verrill having a good race here tonight. Looks like David Brackett with that early on damage, still able to hang on to a top 10 position right now, currently sitting in that 7th spot. We see Robert Richards has fallen back to that 6th spot, but up 9 positions right now is that 48. Looks like Jason Bridges was able to get around his teammate of Logan Smith. So Joey Doucette also back on the lead lap. He could start working his way up here before too long. We saw him come down, possibly do a stop and go for a penalty. But it's all harm, no harm, no foul now. He's still rolling right now, currently in that 10th spot. You see Anthony Stevens now falling back to that 11th spot, down 7 spots. And then Akabai Proctor, our Hawaiian friend, currently right now moving his way around his teammate of that 58 of Anthony Stevens. So he's going to move himself up into that 11th spot. But we're going to go back on board here with your leaders. You see it looks like the 99 of Josh Clemons on his way back out after a 13-minute pit stop. So good to see that 99 of Josh Clemons working his way back out onto the track. You know, I always say it's really good to see whenever, you know, you get wrecked out. And, you know, Josh Clemons right now battling for those points, you know, but still, you know, his race is pretty much ruined. But the 99, you know, getting back out there on the track, that's what I like to see. Major respect from me up here in the booth to see that 99 get back out on the track.
Yeah, 19, I think, is coming down pit road this time. I see him to the bottom of the track. This looks like he is slowing. And yes, Blanchard going to be making his way down pit road. So your stage 1 winner going to be working his way into pit road below the speed limit.
Yeah, but we saw, like we were saying, a lot of shuffling around during that loud pedal. Saw Wes Wiggin and Bobby Hall Jr. really bumper to bumper pretty much the entire time. And now it looks like Wes is able to get a little bit of separation between him and Bobby Hall. We know Bobby Hall, like he was saying in the chat earlier, he just wants to get this monkey off of his back. He is ready to go. So he said, pray this monkey off my back. So the 94 Bobby Hall Jr. is just trying his best right now to move his way up through the field. And he's doing a good job sitting in that 2nd spot. But like we were saying, Doug Neal up 8 spots right now. Cody Verrill up 9 and Robert Richards up 10. So a lot of your drivers, you know, like the 11 of Cody Verrill, that Team 207 really must have put a lot of lap time into this track this week, because he is really coming out to show that he knows what he's doing here tonight.
And doing a great job is that 11 of Cody Verrill. Looking like we got Tony Stevens at 95 of Josh Lockwood. A little bit of door-to-door action now to turn 4 for that 11th and 12th position. As you see here up front, Jason Bridges sitting currently in 6th. He's got David Brackett his outside. Joey Doucette worked his way back on the lead lap after an early, you know, little bit of confusion down pit road during that first caution that somehow got him trapped down a lap. But he has worked his way back up. Joey's one of those drivers that keeps fighting, and he's doing a good job right now. Got himself sitting in 8th. Logan T. Smith behind him in 9th. Rounding out your 10th position is Akamai Proctor. But up here in front of him, it looks like Robert Richards and Cody Verrill and them still going at it, Chris, as well. As you see Richards starting to fall off just a little bit. But look at Cody Verrill, Doug Neal. This is going to be your next big battle right here, as it looks like the 11 starting to try to peek to the inside. And I hear the 88, our current leader, going to give the virtual wave, the 58 as well. 77 of Doug Neal. I'll update you as I hear him.
It looks like CJ Mason actually on his way back out
as well. Oh, we got a whole heap of cars coming down pit road.
like Cody Verrill and Robert Richards decided to stay out with all that confusion going on. Whoa, as you see the 34, Jason Bridges, big drive in there behind the 77. There's a big drive in there from that 34. Man, he was all over that back bumper. See when Cody Verrill decides to come down pit lane, though. He's got that 48.
This time.
He's got that 48 of Robert Richards all over that back bumper. You do hear, though, he's giving that virtual hand out the window. Wonder if Robert Richards is going to fall in suit behind him.
I think he is.
Looks like the 48 is slowing up a little bit, man. He's all over that back bumper,
38 coming in, so is Joey Doucette. So that'll be your field right now that are on the lead lap, besides your, lap drivers, obviously, that have on a completely different strategy. But coming out of pit road, it looks like Wes Wiggin, Bobby Hall Jr. It looks like Doug Neal might have gotten jumped by Jason Bridges. He did.
Yeah, Doug Neal.
Jason Wiggin and Bobby only took right sides.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. They're probably expecting a caution. I wonder if this 88 and the 94 are expecting a caution. I'm wondering if they see something that we don't out here on the track.
Can an 8-second pit stop be right sides? Left sides?
I want to say it could be right sides only, yeah.
8.78, basically a 9-second pit stop. So about, it's like we're starting to get our field cycled back up through here. Wes Wiggin currently in the lead. You see Robert Richards going to get cycled back a little bit as he's on his way out of pit road. Jason Bridges, that is the 19 of Christopher Blanchard, as he's battling back to the inside. They're on a 4-lap difference here, pit strategy. So Blanchard's tires going to be, equal here for about a lap or two. And I think you might start seeing them fall off a little bit quicker. That 34, he's going to have to really get that 19 to start working those tires if he wants them to fall off quick, as we'll see them starting to battle it out for that third position.
Yeah, right now, Jason Bridges is only 12 points behind Joey Doucette as far as that first position goes in the points. So Jason Bridges just has to have a good finish here tonight, with Joey Doucette currently sitting behind him right now in that 8th spot. So, whoa, we saw a lot of getting around there. Alex Healey just checking up on that inside lane. He might be coming down pit lane, as that 97 does look like he is. Unfortunate for Alex Healey, man. One of those drivers last week got 2nd place at Bristol. Was really looking like he was going to have a really good race here tonight, and then, he's currently sitting 4th in the points. So, like we said, he's got a little bit of a cushion to lead on, but having to come all the way from the back like he did, from that race last week, that's really going to hurt him. Daniel Worthington, though, we saw him getting involved with that wreck with Travis Twitty. Daniel Worthington still out in that 113, still out there digging on the track. So don't count out that 113 yet. He is still out there plugging. And we see right now Christopher Blanchard was able to get around Bobby Hall Jr. So I wonder if Bobby Hall is just kind of going on a concern.
Blanchard.
Yeah, Blanchard making a move on the inside.
I think Wiggins saving.
I wonder if I was going to say
Two tires as well, though. 2 tires as well.
You are correct. You are correct. So Doug Neal are about to get around that 48, or they're battling right now for that 3rd, 4th, and 5th position. See Bobby Hall sitting in that 3rd spot. He sees that that gaggle of race trucks coming up behind him. Whoa! 77 getting a little loose down there on that bottom lane. Taking it 3 wide here.
Here they come. Bobby Hall Jr. was just cruising in the middle lane by himself. Next thing he knows, he's 3 wide. Jason Bridges is going to take him 3 wide again. Back to 2 wide. Oh, he's washing him up the track as the 34 getting really high up the track.
Yeah, it looks like maybe the 94 was getting a little loose coming out.
They are catching Wes Wiggin big time. Those 2 tires seem to not paid off.
Yeah, you're seeing right now the 88 of Wes Wiggin starting to have a really big time in that car. Also falling back with him is that 94 Bobby Hall Jr. But right now for that 2nd position, it's going to be Robert Richards and Doug Neal. Looks like Doug Neal going to take the inside. Going to make it stick, maybe. Whoa, going there below the line. No.
Tight again. He hit the apron. That loosens that race car up and just sends it up the racetrack. Looks like the 48 going to come to the outside lane here, as he's now going to try to work it to that 2nd place, as he's trying to find some space here. So it looks like Jason Bridges might have taken 2 tires only as well. 11-second pit stop. I just noticed that. So it looks like your 3 drivers up here in the front, 19, 48, and the 77, are all on fresh rubber. We'll have to see if that Jason Bridges machine starts to fall off now, as David Brackett looks like he's slowly starting to creep up and catch him. But the 48, they're starting to catch a lapped car. That looks like the 99 of Josh Clemons. We'll see how they try to use this lapped car, or that's actually Blanchard. I'm crazy. What am I thinking? There's Josh Clemons up there in front. I saw the white and the blue and instantly thought, how are they already called him? There we go. Our actual leader of the race is catching the 99 of Josh Clemons.
Yeah, as we're seeing right now, Joey Doucette getting around Bobby Hall and Wes Wiggin. Those tires really starting to fall off. Whoa, Logan Smith riding up against the door of that 88. It looks like maybe got a little tight. We're going to go back on board here. You see the 48 of Robert Richards right now starting to catch that 19 of Blanchard. So Robert Richards got a little bit fresher tires on him than Blanchard does. So maybe Blanchard using that equipment just a little early. You see Doug Neal, though, falling in back behind him. So maybe Doug Neal could be working on him in just a second. It looks like maybe Joey Doucette jumping the gun here. Wes Wiggin also coming down pit lane. 21 laps to go. This could be your last pit stop for the night. 48 of Robert Richards getting around him. So we're going to have a new leader coming around turn 2. Robert Richards going to take over the lead from Blanchard. So Blanchard having a little bit of an incident. There you go. You hear Blanchard coming down pit lane. So this could be, like I said, your last pit stops of the night. See Alex Healey going to take that inside lane. Doug Neal in that Simbox 77 really showing that he is really matured this season.
Jason Bridges down pit road this time.
We see Jason Bridges right now getting around Alex Healey. So we're going to see Jason go down pit lane. Probably that two-tire stop, like you said, under that caution just to kind of get him through there, save him a set of tires, maybe hope for for a late caution here. But right now, Robert Richards still out in the lead. Doug Neal about 2/10 back from him. And you see right behind them, David Brackett, even with that damage on that right side, having that incident early on, David Brackett is really starting to catch that 77 and that 48.
Yeah, David Brackett starting to put some good speed up. Hearing more drivers call out pit road. It looks like nobody did come down pit road that lap. Oh, never mind. Did Daniel Worthington. I see. It looks like Bobby Hall Jr. going to make his way down pit road. And there's the guys I heard calling pit road. They were just a little bit farther back. It looks like Jason Bridges making his way out. Robert Richards, Doug Neal, David Brackett, Logan T. Smith, and Akamai Proctor still yet to pit. So it'll be getting close to 15 to go here in just a moment. And Akamai Proctor sitting in that 5th place. You got Robert Richards, like I said, in first. It'll be interesting to see how long these guys decide to stay out. And if we've got any drivers that think they can make it to the end on fuel strategy.
Yeah, we know, like we said, we saw that strategy come out from Joey Doucette last week at Bristol. So we'll see if maybe he has a little bit of a strategy here. Because right now we've only got 6 cars on the lead lap. Taylor Peacock is going to be your last car on the lead lap. You see right now currently side to side with that 95 of Josh Lockwood. But right now it looks like the 48 of Robert Richards coming down pit lane. So Doug Neal at least going to lead 1 lap here tonight. With 16 laps to go, we're going to have another lead change. David Brackett still all over that back bumper. So we'll see if David Brackett decides to try to get up here and battle out with Doug Neal before they go down the pits. Looks like David Brackett getting a little tight coming out of turn 2.
David and Doug both coming down pit road this time.
See the 85 of Logan Smith. See if he decides to come down pit lane. Does not look like he is. So we're another lead change here with 15 laps to go. The 85 of Logan Smith going to go ahead and lead at least 1 lap. Akamai Proctor still out on the track. You see Doug Neal, David Brackett coming down pit lane. Wonder when Taylor Peacock is going to decide to come down pit lane. Right now, this is like I was saying, that could be your last pit stop of the night. We'll see when these boys decide to go ahead and come down. It looks like David Brackett on his way out. Doug Neal also on his way out. It looks like David Brackett only taking right side tires as well. Doug Neal did take a full set of tires. So David Brackett looks like he was doing a little bit of a strategy, trying to move his way up a little bit. Logan Smith still out on the track. Only 3 cars on the lead lap right now. So this is where you do not want a caution.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see if any of these 3 drivers think they can make it on fuel or if they know they can make it on fuel. We've got 13 laps to go this time. You're right on board here with Akamai Proctor down the front stretch. And you see what I mean by that banking just goes from flat to banking here at Vegas. You really got to find that middle groove, low groove, get the car settled up right up against the wall sometimes when you come out of that corner. This track drive's completely different in the next-gen cars, I will say. And long story short, you're going to see him ride that top lane here, hook that right side on that outside seam. And he made up a little bit of time, but he's still about 5 2/10 back from Logan Smith. That wasn't guys for position he'd be racing in front of him. Those are just guys that are trying to get their way back to the lead lap. Logan T. Smith out in the lead, still currently here, coming up to 11 to go this time by.
Yeah, I'm wondering when these boys are going to go ahead and decide to come down pit lane. Only 3 trucks on the lead lap. So Logan Smith, Akamai Proctor, and Taylor Peacock are the only 3 trucks on the lead lap right now. Like I said, wonder if Akamai Proctor are going to try to stay out, lead at least 1 lap, or if Taylor Peacock, like you said, or maybe they're trying to think they have enough fuel to the end. You know, they do have some, maybe Twitty, once he got out, maybe he's sitting there, doing some fuel strategy for his teammates. We don't know. Right now, we've got a lot of drivers still battling for position right now. Looks like Cody Verrill coming down pit lane right now. But like we were saying, still only 3 trucks on the lead lap. 10 laps to go. It looks like Robert Richards is about to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. It looks like David Brackett also going to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. You can definitely tell these trucks are starting to get a little slower.
Coming in.
Yeah, 85 coming down pit lane. See if Akamai decides to come down pit lane or not. Does not look like he's going to. Did have a lot of traffic working on that inside. So Akamai Proctor going to lead at least 1 lap to go here with 9 to go. You see him taking that bottom lane. Going to probably try to let everybody move on that outside lane that is faster than him on those better tires. See right now, Jason Bridges getting around him. The 113 of Daniel Worthington
coming down pit road. It looks like Taylor Peacock just pitted as well, Chris.
So Taylor Peacock down pit lane. Akamai, you heard.
Oh, because he was coming up to lap Taylor. I was genuinely confused how 3rd place got in before 1st.
Akamai Proctor down pit lane. That's going to go ahead and give up the lead once Robert Richards does get around. So right now, Akamai Proctor still sitting in the lead coming down pit lane, but Robert Richards has already got that lap back. Looks like Akamai in his pit right now. So Robert Richards is coming around to take that lead away from him. So this is going to be a battle between David Brackett and Robert Richards here with 8 laps to go. Let's see how far Doug Neal is back from him. It looks like Doug Neal about a 2nd and a 10th back. So, and then Jason Bridges right now about 3 2/10 back from him. And then you see Joey Doucette all over the back bumper there of Jason Bridges. So Jason Bridges trying to hold off that 16 of Joey Doucette. Let's see if Robert Richards has enough left in that in the tank to hold off David Brackett. Man, David Brackett is definitely putting the loud pedal down, trying to get this win here tonight.
Yeah, I was just thinking, Chris, this is a good finish right here. Robert Richards, David Brackett, shootout to the end. Doug Neal only a 2nd back. This is still anybody's ball game coming to 6 to go this time by. You see him right there in the back of your screen. Doug Neal slowly starting to creep up. And you got to think, if you're that Brackett, that Richards machine, you're not looking at, I'm sure that 48's looking in his rearview mirror. That 38's just wondering about what's in front of him. He wants to get this pass and possibly this win, I'm sure. But Doug Neal, he's going to possibly make it tough on these boys. And look at that, Taylor Peacock, unfortunate, man. A driver that was showing so much speed here early, caught up in the early messes, and he's got himself now a lap down here with 4 to go. 6 to go. Whoa, my math is bad.
But it looks like Doug Neal slowly starting to reel in those 2 drivers in front of him. So we'll see if maybe Doug Neal does have it left in the tank get up there and start duking it out with those two drivers. We know David Brackett definitely wanting to walk away with a win here. David Brackett does not have any wins on the season. He is currently the first person out of the bubble. So David Brackett not in the playoff hunt. But like we were saying early on in the race, these drivers still get out here and can race for money. So it's one of those things where it doesn't matter if you're in the playoffs or not. You can still get out here and win some money, even pay for your, like the race for next week. So it's one of those things that's an incentive to get out here and race and try to win.
And there's still prizes for all the way up to 5th place in the points. Look at that. Doug Neal creeping it up, Chris. 6/10. And that back bumper, we've got 4 laps to go here.
Yeah, he's under a second now. Now he's almost under.
This is where the race starts. This is where it starts, baby. Here he comes.
Yeah, Jason
And those
Bridges,
2 guys in front of him, guess what? They're on 2 tires.
Yeah, Jason Bridges, unfortunately, about 5 and 6, now 5 and 7/10 back from Doug Neal. So it does not look like Jason Bridges will be able to catch. But like we were saying, this is one of those things where anything can happen in these races. So, don't hold your breath just yet. But Doug Neal starting to creep up on that back bumper of David Brackett. Like you said, Josh, those tires, though, that's really going to be the deciding factor here.
Oh, this is going to get interesting. 2 laps to go, Chris. Doug Neal. The strategy is right there. It can be a last-second pass for the lead. Will Doug Neal get it? 2 laps to go, drivers. 2 laps to go. Robert Richards, David Brackett, Doug Neal in a shootout. And it looks like the 38 going to open it up to the inside. Here they come. 2 wide down the back straightaway. This is going to give Doug Neal the run he needs to pull up here and possibly get up here and try to pass for the lead. 48 going to go wide here. 38 to the inside. 2 wide still out of 3 and 4. White flag this time. Race for the win here. David Brackett, Robert Richards, Doug Neal. Can he steal one? As he's going to roll it to the inside lane, follow behind the 38. 38, 48, down the back stretch for the final time tonight. Here comes Doug Neal. Where is he going to go? The 38 still to the bottom. He's going to roll it. The Team 207, Samuel Adams, Silverado. He's pitching. They contact. 48 to the outside. Here comes David Brackett. Beating, begging. Brackett got him. What a finish. David Brackett going to pick up the win.
Woo! We'll go back and watch it from a different angle. See right there, that little bump.
Look at Doug, Chris. He was right there.
The big shove there from the 77 to the 38's back bumper. We did see that little bit of contact there in the corner.
Hey, I heard the 38 say he had everything in the wheel he could. And the 48 instantly came over and was just talking about how that was an awesome race. So you could see these boys both are just racers right there, man. That's what they live for. These last second moments right here. That's one of those races you go to sleep and you think about for the next week, Chris. Every time you lay down, you're just sitting there thinking about it. You're wanting to tell everybody about this race. I cannot believe it, man. David Brackett, 207. He just picked up his win, baby. That's what we like to see. Las Vegas, man, all in. And nothing sweeter than coming back to a David Brackett Polish victory lap, is there, Chris?
Nothing.
The man that has put so much effort into the sim. He has been around Bluegrass for a while. You know, one of the guys that talked me and Krista making our way over here into the Bluegrass series. You know, for the longest time, we thought Brackett was the big man around here. Come to find out, he was just a driver, and he's the one that sweet talked us into Bluegrass mostly. And, ever since we've got our stay here, we have had nothing but respect for that 38 machine. A great guy. You know, he's got his son Wyatt Brackett over in the Cup Series, and we love to see that Team 207, Samuel Adams, Chevy Silverado take the Polish victory lap. And in genuine style, he ain't even going to burn it down, Chris. He's just going to bring it back, park it, The old Mark Martin way. Unless we missed it during that replay, he might have had a little bit of a burnout. But, man, what a freaking race. We're going to go ahead and go through your post-race results. I thought somebody was crying over the radio. That was just Jason yawning. But David Brackett going to pick up the win here tonight, as he is going to come home with an awesome win. Congratulations to David Brackett. The 48 machine of Robert Richards, he is going to finish here tonight in P2. P3 going to go to that 77 machine of Doug Neal. A very spirited charge there at the end to almost come away with a race win, maybe one or two more laps. And we could have been talking about Doug Neal in victory lane here tonight. Jason Bridges, the High Side Hustlers, he's going to start in 17th and finish here tonight in 14th. Or, excuse me, 4th. That was a math, man. What is my problem? Joey Doucette going to finish 5th with Bobby Hall Jr. in 6th. Logan T. Smith going to go up 11 spots to finish 7th here tonight. Wes Wiggin dropping 5 to finish 8th. Blanchard, your pole sitter and your stage 1 winner, he's going to finish 9th. Unfortunate for Blanchard, did not have the success there in the late run like he wanted to. Akamai Proctor going to finish 10th. Good top 10 there tonight for Akamai. He's starting to show those results that I think the High Side Hustlers are going to like. And, man, good job from Akamai to get himself another top 10 and another solid finish. Tony Stevens, another one of those drivers, man, that got caught up in that early mess. He could have had a good run here tonight. He's going to finish 11th. With that that 12th position going to Josh Hawkins, was listening to Race Control. Taylor Peacock, 13th, and Daniel Worthington, 14th. Cody Verrill, 15th, with Alex Healey, 16th. 17th, going to go to Josh Clemons. 18th, going to go to CJ Mason. 19th, Travis Twitty. Ed Osborne, 20th, and Scott Madden, 21st. But, Chris, we're going to go ahead and get to your post-race interviews here. As it sounds like Jason Bridges, one more, got your hard charger. So, congratulations to Jason Bridges. I just heard them say that. And, yeah, going to go ahead and bring in David Brackett. David Brackett, Chris, and Josh up here in the... What'd you say? David Brackett, Chris, and Josh up here in the booth. Do you got a copy, buddy?
Yes, I do.
Man, oh, man. What a stinking finish right there, dude. That was absolutely awesome, David. We saw some great racing between you and Robert. Some beating, some banging, some quarter panel rubbing, everything. It was a good old-fashioned finish. And I got to say, David, an excellent race from you tonight. You come home with the 2-tire strategy there at the end. Doug slowly creeping up. But David, starting 5th, coming home tonight with the win. That 38 machine looked very good here tonight at Las Vegas. Congratulations, sir, on the win. Very good job by you.
Thank you much. Yeah, I kind of feel bad. I had everything I could put for wheel into that thing to keep it down coming out of 4. And I was just on the verge of pedaling, and I was just hoping there wasn't much contact. I really didn't want any contact. I think it was a 0X, but yeah, I kind of feel bad. I used them up a little bit. I really didn't want to, but it's one of them things. Kind of feel bad, though.
Yeah, it definitely happens sometimes, man. We've all been there. We've been on the receiving end, the giving end of it before. I mean, racing's racing sometimes, but we'll get past that, David. I got to say, man, just an excellent race from you tonight. You came out here and you started 5th, and we saw that 38 machine show some very promising speed early. But here tonight, everybody was showing some good speed. I mean, I think we were like 2/10 off in qualifying between our whole field. So, I mean, just all you guys tonight had some very, very solid speed, very just overall good race pace. And I got to say, David, watching yourself work through the field and everything, very satisfying. And I got to say, it must feel very good tonight to win here at Las Vegas, especially with the conditions of how competitive it was. Take us through right there at the end with those 2 tires. You saw Doug Neal coming up. Was you thinking that you might have bided your time a little bit too early, or did you know you had it just in the tank to finish?
I didn't even think I was going to be close. I figured the guys that pit before us and took 4 tires hadn't put enough gap on us where they was just going to be gone. So I wasn't even paying attention until it was like 5 to go, and it was like, wait a minute. We're going to be the leaders at the end of this. So I was like, oh, I got to start thinking what I got to do.
Yeah, so it starts as a, hey, I'm just going out here trying to get the best track position I can with some strategy. Ends up coming away with your freaking almost leading the race with 5 to go. So, David, man, you set yourself up tonight with just an awesome strategy. Very good hands-on driving. A lot of guys wouldn't be able to get up there and run too wide like that without making some contact and, contact that's detrimental, we could say. We saw a little bit of contact. You said you used them up a little bit, but hey, like we were saying, that's racing. But it takes a lot of talent to get behind the wheel, man, and win in this series. And David, you showed it here again. The old dog can always have the bite still. And congratulations, David. We know Wyatt's been showing some success over in the Cup Series, and it's good to see you come here and pick up the win tonight.
Yeah, well, thank you much. Yep, first time in what, 3 seasons with Bluegrass, first win. So yeah, it's pretty good. I wish it had been with zero contact at the end there, but yeah, it's always fun.
Yeah, I heard both of you guys coming over the radio, just both talking to each other right after the race. It's, the celebrations for everybody, giving you the congratulations. I got to say, David, again, congratulations, man. The first win in your 3 seasons is always probably a special one too. Now with all the battles you've had with so many different drivers in the series, and with it being such a competitive year this year, I got to say this is probably a very sweet one for you. And David, if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything, sir, you want to let go before we let you get out of here, you're more than welcome to throw them out there and let you get on your way tonight.
Well, thanks to you guys for doing this every week. Thanks to Jason for everything he does. Thanks to all the guys that come out every freaking week and do this. It's a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys putting the time and the effort into coming out and racing every week and keeping a good attitude and having fun. And the Team 207, Team New England, these guys that, we keep doing it, having fun together. So yeah, to all them, want to say thanks.
Yeah, David, we got to say thank you to you too, man. It's been an awesome journey here to watch you pick up your first win here in the Bluegrass Series. I mean, we were only on board for 2 of the seasons, and I got to say we saw all the hard fight, all the hard work you guys have put in, to that race team. And hey, congratulations to you, sir. And we'll be letting you get on your way here tonight. And again, congratulations on your victory at Las Vegas, and hopefully we'll be seeing that 38 machine picking up some more wins and some good finishes here in the future.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you, too. And that was David Brackett, our winner here tonight. Going to go ahead and bring in Robert Richards, that 48 machine. I almost said the 12. I'm so used to his Xfinity car. Going to bring in that 48 machine of Robert Richards and have a word with him. Robert Richards, Chris, and Josh up here in the Bluegrass booth. Do you got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir.
Man, Robert, I got to say, last season we were having we didn't really have as many conversations with you up here in the booth. And this season, man, it seems like you have found just absolute speed, whether it be the Xfinity cars, whether it be the trucks. Robert, 13 positions gained, second place here tonight, and it came down to a very, very, very hard fought battle between you and David Brackett. I got to say, a photo finish right there. Almost 3 wide for a moment. We thought Doug Neal could have taken a lane, but he really didn't have the run until the absolute last second. But enough of that. Robert, I got to say, man, awesome finish from you here tonight. The 2-tire strategy, all of it. You came out with a second place finish, almost victory lane here. You think you had a little bit more left in the tank there coming out of 3 and 4. We saw a little bit of the lane. We heard David, explain it. He had no more will, and I heard you guys both talking about it after the race. And Robert, just take us through those final moments, man. And as the racer, just everybody knows it. Those are the moments you kind of live for right there on the platform.
Yeah, I told him, man. I told him after the finish, I can't even be mad at it because I probably, no doubt, would have done the same thing. I believe it was his first win. It would have been my first win. I'd have done the same thing. So, nothing that he needs to hang his head over about it because it's racing. It's part of it. I feel like if the only thing I could have really done different, maybe pitch them on the last lap a little more in turns 1 and 2, get the run off of the one on the back stretch. It probably would have helped out set up for a good 3 and 4. But even then, I had Doug charging as well, so I had to worry about that. Other than that, man, we come in here almost in a hole. Last 3 weeks was pretty rough for the last 3 weeks. Go from the points lead all the way down to 7th, tied for 7th, almost on the verge of getting out of the playoffs. So knew I needed a strong finish. I didn't need anything to put me in a hole in any means. So I'm happy to finish second, but disappointed not to get the win out of it. But like I said, he done nothing wrong, so he shouldn't feel bad about it. The 2-tire strategy, I was talking to Jason, trying to figure out, what would be the best solution there. So I was possibly going to take 4 because I didn't really think about 2 tires. I figured it'd been too loose, but I actually drove pretty well. So not too disappointed, but slightly disappointed. Definitely going to be thinking about it here later on of what I could have done different.
And man, I was just thinking about it as you were talking. You were sitting here saying I could have pinched him lower here and done that, and that's something a lot of guys don't have, man. That you're already breaking down the race. We're not even 20 minutes out of the race. You're already breaking it down in your head, telling yourself what you could and couldn't have done better. Robert, I got to say, man, that is the trait of a winner right there. Not a lot of guys have that. A lot of guys would be hanging their head right now, telling themselves, "Oh man, I hate David Brackett. He gave me the quarter panel coming out of 4. I'm never forgiving him." That's a lot of drivers right there. But you're not hanging your head. You're letting yourself know there's a bigger picture here. And I got to say, Robert, shows a lot of poise from you as a driver, and just behind that driver's seat shows why you've had so much success here. You've said that these past couple of weeks, which they have been a little rough on you, but overall, man, it's been a great season. And I as a driver to myself, I hate it to see you lose that first win. We've got to see another driver pick up their first win as well. It's kind of one of those win-lose situations you get to see, as a commentator. But at the same time, man, I got to say, Robert, just it's always excellent to see you fight, and even with the a little bit of adversity at the end, come back with the strong words and willing to learn and want to keep going here in the series. It's just the fight there is just, I got to say, I very, very much admire that.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I like you said, I'm still learning. I feel like even racing here, I've probably been iRacing for 3 years or so, and there's still tons and tons of stuff that you can learn. If I could figure out how to qualify figure out how to qualify better, I could probably set myself up later on. But yeah, there's always stuff to learn. Always things you can do different. Even if you win, I'm sure there's something you can do different. But yeah, like I said, he definitely, he made the right move. I didn't hit the wall or anything when he hit me. We just hit each other, lost the momentum, and he got it. So definitely nothing that he needs to be concerned about. There's no hate going on here. But he got his first win. So good for him. Even Doug, he could have probably squeezed the outside a little bit, probably pinched us some, and he was racing smart as well. So kudos to all those guys, man. And this series I love running the trucks. These guys are competitive. They are very competitive, and it's a lot of fun running these series.
Heck yeah, man. It's a lot of fun calling these series as well, man. We know how talented the Bluegrass series is. But Robert, we're not going to keep you any longer here tonight, buddy. We know it's been a tough battle tonight for you, and you're probably wanting to just sit down, have a drink, and just hang out now. So we're going to go ahead and let you get on your way, buddy. But before we let you go, if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout-outs, or any words you want to say for anybody, you're more than welcome to throw them out there, buddy. We'll let you get on your way and get to the rest of this night, thinking about what you can do better next week, man.
Yeah, definitely want to thank L&S Customs for coming on board. Blanchard's Towing. You guys in the booth, man, y'all do great. I know I say it every time, but it's hard to find broadcasters that are dedicated, and appreciate it from y'all guys. I want to thank Jason and Brian for both commentate or managing the race, admin the race, whatever you want to call it. So thank them guys. I want to thank everybody from Chris, Joey, Taylor, and Ed. They've let me hang out with them, even though I'm not a part of their team. They let me hang out with them since my team pretty much kind of fell apart. So, yeah, we'll go next week and continue in these playoffs and keep on trucking it.
Yeah, Robert. Well, we're excited to see you guys continue some momentum going on forward into the playoffs, man. Again, congratulations on the second place here tonight, and hopefully we'll be having some words with you here in the future.
Thank you, guys. At least I think I'm still in the playoffs. I haven't looked.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see. Hopefully neither of us are cursing each other here saying that. So, but hey, Robert, again, buddy, congratulations on the race tonight, man. Playoffs or not, we'll hopefully see you next week and running well.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, buddy. All right, and that was Robert Richards. Going to go ahead and bring up your third final interview. Doug Neal in that 77 machine. Have a word with him. It'll let me grab him. Doug, Neal, Chris, and Josh up here in the Bluegrass booth. Do you got a copy, sir?
Hey, fellas, how's it going? Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
Going good. And Doug, I got to say, it's been a minute since we've, had a good chat with you. And I got to say, tonight was looking like one of those nights. It could have been a victory lane night there. And
man, I think if I'd have pitted a couple of laps earlier.
Yeah. I was going to say maybe a lap or two earlier on pit road, or maybe just a lap or two more during the race. I think Doug Neal possibly could have been the winner of this race. That 77 machine starting to really come to life on those fresh tires right there at the end. But Doug, you started all the way back in that 11th position. You finished here tonight in third. And we really didn't see much of that 77 machine coming to life there until the end. Was it one of those nights where you were just biding your time? We know we saw some early cautions, and we saw some guys getting a little bit out of sorts there. But was you just trying to hang on to the race truck there, and then at the end you knew, all right, it's time to go? Or was it just one of those nights you were just trying to kind of learn and assess the racetrack before you were able to really get out there and make some moves?
Well, early, the first few runs of the race, I didn't run that hard, especially the first run before the stage. That way I could save a set of tires to the end. I was trying to save some so I'd have a little bit there, between when we had to pit before the stage came out. And but yeah, I was burping the throttle on the entry most of the night until that last run when I forgot how about 14 laps to go or whatever. I was driving it like I stole it then. But yeah, I got up there in that dirty air too. When I got behind those two guys up front, I couldn't really pull on them anymore once I got up there. I guess the car just kind of stalled out in the dirty air. I don't know, or the truck. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with tonight. Nate made some good calls. He said, "Man, I wish I'd have told you to pit a couple laps earlier." But it is what it is. But I'll take it all day long. Third place is not bad, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah, man, you looked very solid here tonight. And we were even saying that same thing. Probably got Nate up there in the booth telling him, hey, this and that. But it seems like you guys came just a little bit shallow. I mean, tonight, we know it's just one of those nights that now you're going to take to the drawing board. If you ever got to come back to Las Vegas here, you're going to know, hey, pit here, pit there. We've got it set. So you guys picked up some great experience, not only picked up some great track position and a great finisher tonight. Third place, man. You guys are rolling solid through this season. You came in tonight. The points leader, correct, Chris?
I was third.
Yeah, you were third. Sorry, you were the points leader for majority of this season. That's what we were talking about earlier. But
I thought right there at the end when Robert and David got together, I was like, man, I'm gonna steal one here. It looks like off of four. I was like, I put the hammer down, but it just couldn't pull on them. So
yeah, I mean, we could see that same thing, man. It looked like you were, and like you were saying, driving it like you stole it, man. You were out there hot dogging it, trying to get that thing to go any faster, and it was a valiant effort. I got to say, Doug, you put on one hell of a show,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Coming back all the way there, making up all that time at the end, fresh tires or not. That's a hard job for a lot of drivers, and not a lot of people understand the real what's the word I'm looking for? Grit, determination it takes to find that speed there at the end of the race, especially with such little time. All the anxiety coming down on you, it feels like.
Oh yeah. Heart was pumping, man.
Oh yeah, micromanaging every little move.
And I'm old, so that's not good.
we say we don't need iRacing to be doing this to us no more.
I don't need to stroke out right here in the middle of the race, man.
Oh goodness. Well, if we ever see you turn right and just hit the wall, we're not going to say anything.
You know
we're just going to say Doug lagged out. Okay.
Somebody get the defib. Doug's fell out in his seat.
well, Doug, man, before we get the heart rate going too much more tonight, buddy, we'll let you get your final words out here tonight, man. We know you're very satisfied with that third place finish here tonight, man. And again, congratulations on your run, sir. And if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything,
just congratulations to David and Robert. They ran a good race tonight. And Jason, as always, putting on a good league. He works his fanny off doing everything he does. And, of course, Nate always making good calls up in the booth or on the roof up there, spotting for me. But yeah, if anybody wants, button boxes or anything, just let me know. Hit me up on Facebook at SimboxPC or just message me, and I'll be able to help you out.
Heck yeah, Doug. Well, man, we appreciate once again having you up here in the booth, sir. It's always a pleasure getting to talk to that 77 Simbox machine, and we'll let you get on your way here tonight. And again, congratulations, sir. Hopefully, we'll be seeing that 77 running strong next week again.
And hey, thank you guys. And I can't go without telling you guys, you always do a hell of a job. And you guys are going to a couple of the best that I in all the leagues that I'm in. So, yeah, shout out to you guys too.
Appreciate it.
All right, yes, sir. Have a good night.
You too as well. Have a good rest of your week, Doug.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you. And that was that 77 of Doug Neal. Chris, man, all of our drivers seem like they're just a little bit satisfied, maybe a little bit dissatisfied, but all of them at the end of the night, I think, just pretty happy with how tonight came out. A great race, a great show for the fans. And at the end, we got to see David Brackett and Robert Richards battle for their first stinking win in the series. Not for the season, for the series. This is their first win. They were both battling for their first series win ever in Bluegrass. And you saw it. They were putting down a show. That's why I was so quiet there at the end. I wanted to call, but man, I just had my jaw drop. Those boys were putting on a show. I've never seen David Brackett and Robert Richards race two drivers that hard each other in their life, but they were putting it to each other. What a hell of a show. I can't get enough, man, of these Bluegrass boys. And at the end of the night tonight, I think I got a little bit of tear in my eyes because that was like art, man. That was just absolutely beautiful what we saw here tonight. Just absolutely poetic. Chris, any final words for the Bluegrass faithful before we get them out here tonight? Because that was one hell of a show. I know they're excited for that Xfinity race tomorrow.
Yeah, just a big shout out to everybody out there on the Facebook, on the YouTube chat. Big shout out to everybody that comes out and sits and watches us, watches these races, and all the family members that come out and watch on the Facebook, YouTube. We really couldn't do it without y'all. Big shout out to LNS Customs, ButtKicker, Kinder Performance Group, and Barber Ford Motorsports. Big shout out to all those guys for allowing us to be able to do this every week. Big shout out to all the Bluegrass faithful, Jason, Brian Terry, all the guys that sit and do race control, everybody that sits behind the scenes, like you heard Doug Neal say, Jason does work his butt off, in this series, and we couldn't do it without him. So a big shout out to him. I can't wait for next week in the truck series at Iowa, because Iowa being my favorite track, but I cannot wait for that Xfinity race here tomorrow night at Las Vegas.
I am also very excited for that Xfinity race tomorrow night here at Las Vegas. Well, Chris, I think this is going to be all from us up here in the booth. Goodness gracious. Thank you to all of our sponsors here: LNS Customs, ButtKicker, Kinder Performance Group, Barber Ford Motorsports, Blanchard's Towing for the stage breaks, and, everything. It's just awesome to have all of our drivers, all the small companies, of the drivers, family companies, whatever it may be, big, small, any type. We appreciate all the sponsors on the trucks, everybody that allows our drivers and this league to just, continue to move forward. It's an awesome pleasure to sit up here in the booth week in and week out on our Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays here for the Bluegrass League. We'll catch you tomorrow night here for the Xfinity race at Las Vegas. But just a big final reminder, if you're on that YouTube, hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, hit that like button to get our algorithm moving a little bit more. We got to get some more people watching these races. Too good of drivers in this league. So, hey, if you're on that Facebook as well, make sure to hit the like button. Share us out on the feed in Messenger to your iRacing friends or just your racing friends in general. Let them know about the awesome racing we got going. The points will be updated on Discord if you are in the Discord. And, we will have your race here tomorrow night at Las Vegas Xfinity, 9 p.m. We will see you tomorrow night here in the booth. This is Chris and Josh saying good night. We will see you tomorrow, 9 p.m. here at Las Vegas for the Xfinity race.